if of all the things I'll ever have achieved in this life is to give these girls a hope and a future, I don't think for me there's any greater achievement. So that's why I say we do it. My husband has been very supportive as well of his brother's children, but I feel it's important because for me they're not blood relatives.
Yes.
So it was important that I make that prayer that God makes me their mother, that I feel of them the way I feel of my children.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Lifestyle Thursday. We are having an amazing conversation with Laiza Kariuki of Window Trends, and we've been discussing how the business has morphed. And just maybe today I want to touch on, you're saying now you're expanding into other
product range.
Okay.
Yeah. So we realized clients were having, we are called to homes where there are very big windows, or you're on the third floor, it's a penthouse, you're not able to clean that window. And it started as cleaning of curtains. So we do an after sale service.
I like that, yeah.
So once we hang them, you go to a home 2 years later, hatujawahi ziguza, nani anatoa hizo? So we realized it's a challenge. We're the one who come with the ladders. Now these people who's climbing up there. So remember, most of these projects are expensive. People don't want to risk. So that's how that service was born. It started with the cleaning, which is the laundry, where we come, we sit down, we leave you with courtesy curtains for the days when we have your curtains, and we bring back your curtains when they're ready, and we set them back.
That's good.
My client doesn't lift a finger. We always say we offer you an end-to-end service. That brought another challenge. Now we've done the curtains, so the windows are dirty, but they're dirty even from the outside. So we're actually in the process of importing some machines which can be able to take about almost 12 feet up from the ground, so that we're able to clean the exterior, which most houses now are not able to reach. And most of these facilities or services, you find them in the commercial buildings. So we thought of that solution now for the space. So that's one of the expansion for this year. And then the other one was furniture. So we realized with almost every other project, while we have handled the fabric on the windows end, so the client wants to know, so what will my seats look like? Liza, so would end up consulting on it and not executing the job. So out of a need and just reviewing that it happens to be one of the questions. We actually are the people who will consult on it. So we said, hey, why not? So it's also one of the things we are rolling out. Hopefully by the end of 2021, we'll be fully set up to be able to do your furniture, at least the ones which involve the fabric. The hardwood furniture, hopefully, because it's a growth journey. Let's say that's where we've begun, because fabrics have taken us there. So that's a kind of expansion I'm looking into.
But that's really good. I think that's exciting.
Yes, it is.
That's exciting. I think those two areas are very exciting. So we wish you all the best in those areas. And I know and I pray that more people are aware of what you do and they will use your services. Then my favorite topic. You know, one day, I don't know what you would come to hang curtains. Then you told me you have 5 children. I'm like, no, I left 3. What if you have 5 kids, Liza? And you took me through this story, and I was like looking at you like, what? So take us through your five babies journey.
So my 5 children are 17, 16, 15, 11, and 9. The first 3 are girls, and the last 2 are boys. The last 3, the 15, 11, and 9, are my biological children. The 17 and 16 are the so-called adopted, because it's not legal, but they're my nieces. So these children belong to my husband's brother. And when they were in class 4, don't know how many years back that was, their family broke. And so father, mother are not together, and it's a broken setup, and now these children cannot be accommodated. The mom goes into alcoholism, and so basically the children have nowhere to stay. So literally one day, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law went on a rescue mission. We're looking for these girls. We didn't know where they were. And we found them at another relative's place. And that's the day we knew now we have to get them. So yeah, that's how I went home with 2 girls, standard 5 and standard 4. And that day I had to start from square one of shopping. They literally had almost nothing. So imagine you're there. I didn't realize how hard it is to put together clothing from scratch. That's where we began. And I'd say with the support of our family, we've had to take these girls through school since then. It's a partnership, and every year we sit around a table as a family.
That's a good family.
And sit and say, okay, so this one is going, how much is the school fees? Namnagawana. And it
that
goes
is so amazing.
Yeah, and so towards, especially the whole of beginning of 2020, I begin to feel, I don't know, I just want the kids to be with us just for consistency and just so they have a solid, so primarily because they've been embodying, it's been you go to school and then you can come back home, so you're at my mother-in-law's, you're at my house, you're at that auntie's.
So you're going everywhere, you don't have like a base.
Yeah, and when they're getting into teenage, there was a challenge now of even who's following up what teachers were so said, because when so peaked and didn't peak. So that's when I felt we need consistency, and so we've been with them since the entire of Corona, and so they go to school, we do all the school meetings. So basically we are the guardians, the family still supports us. But primarily now that's when I began to feel even my title needs to change. I'm no longer a mother of 3. I have to be a mother of 5 because I felt the more I verbalize it, the more I own it, the more God gives me resource even for these children. The more I develop a motherly love for them, complete so that it's natural, so that I never at any one time try and remember exactly. So for me, I am a mother of 5. I don't even say it's usually just for explanation, but now they're my children and I want them to feel at home. And if of all the things I'll ever have achieved in this life is to give these girls a hope and a future, I don't think for me there's any greater achievement. So that's why I say we do it. My husband has been very supportive as well of his brother's children. But I feel it's important because for me they're not blood relatives.
Yes.
So it was important that I make that prayer that God makes me their mother, that I feel of them the way I feel of my children.
And that's so amazing. And then I love that the family has rallied around.
Yes,
please give each of them a hug for me, because you know when families come together, we all come together because these are our children. Whose children are they? I love that rallying around. And then I remember you telling me even how you fixed the house. You know, you described it, and I was into the story, and I was like, wow. Because I feel like you really invested that interest, and that's what you've done. You've prayed to God to say, make me the mother of these children.
Yeah.
This is not just another role. These are my children. And you've given them a base. And you know, it's very important for children to have a base.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're taken from relative to relative to relative, it's good because you have the relatives at least.
Yes.
But it can be very disturbing, I think.
Yes.
So they have a home, and I'm sure, have they also adopted and began to call this home?
Yes, they have. In fact, I didn't realize what's a marker of a child feeling they belong. So I had one tell a story. And I don't know who she was talking to. Then she says, kama ile poti yetu ya red. You know, and you begin to refer to things at home as ours.
As ours.
She's owning.
Amen.
You know, she's owning. Then the other day on phone, the one in Form 1, I'm about to pick her. I guess others are being picked. They start pick up at 6. So I may go around 9. And she calls and she says, Mom, bado unakuja? And okay, so such moments catch me, and I realize the kids are belonging. I just love, you know, initially we had small issues, and some things are really trivial, but they're really important. Like, I left my clothes in this position. This is my space, and I will find them exactly there. And you can actually tell somebody else, "Mbona ulifungua hapa," you know. So I felt it's my space. So that was the move you're talking about. We moved house last year, where I felt we needed a bigger space to accommodate the girls, and those are part of the ownership journeys now. Those are the adaptations we've had to make as a family, just for these girls to feel we are home. We're home.
We belong.
You belong.
And to relax and to get into it.
Yes.
I really love that story. That story warmed my heart, and it still warms my heart. And that is good. And even if you're out there and you want to help, just, I think, make the prayer, because the other thing that you said was that, you know, you look at it, you see, how am I going to do this? Yeah. You ask God, how am I going to do this?
Oh, yes.
But has He provided?
We've not lacked to date.
You see?
We haven't lacked. I know we've talked about this topic endlessly. There are days we worry. In fact, now we have 2 going to Form 1.
Imagine.
I remember it was an uphill task when the one in Form 1 went to Form 1. So I'll be back to tell the story of how they went to Form 1, but I have no iota of doubt. There are 2. Actually, the 16 and the 15-year-old just did their class 8.
Wow. And
so my daughter and my niece now are both waiting for Form 1 collapse. And I have no doubt that
God will do it.
Yeah, He will do it. I mean, He's done it. It's been since Standard 4. These girls have not lacked. They've not been sent home, not even once.
That's good.
So I don't begin to see him fail me now. So I have lots of hope, and even into uni, that they'll go all the way. Yeah.
And I'm also very appreciative of the family. I don't know them, but the greater family to come around these children and this family and to make sure that all their needs are met. May God bless you abundantly.
They're very warm people, I must mention. I must mention, they're very warm.
Absolutely.
They rally around. We do sit around, including even my mother-in-law, my dad-in-law. You know, they're very, the whole thing, let's just say it's just that thing that happens in a family that warms and really shows each other's value, and then you realize if you were not together, you wouldn't have done this. So it has elevated our value to each other as a family.
That's very powerful. Elevated your value to each other.
Yes, it has. In case you didn't see it, now you see it.
Wow. That's such a beautiful story. I can't even spoil it. But I love it, and I pray, you know, we do this so that people may learn.
Yeah.
I pray that people pick it up and run with it. If you find yourself in such a situation, rally around. And each person bring their value and make the lives of these children or such children comfortable. Yeah. I love the fact that they can open their cupboard. You see, something so simple. And my clothes, where I left them is where they're not in a suitcase. They're
and
not
then you say yangu.
They're not what yangu.
Yangu.
God bless you. I hope you're encouraged. I am. I'm very encouraged. I'm very inspired. And next Thursday we'll come back with the final part where I want to talk about how Laiza has been part of such an amazing community project and transforming a community, and how we can do that. Yeah, because, you know, for me, I'm the one, I always tell you, where they say the neighbors are meeting, I don't go. So we have to get out of that story. See you next Thursday to discuss that story. God bless you, and bye-bye.